productions of man, that which inspires the enthusiasm of virtue, the energy of truth, is poetry. Poetry elevates the mind to heaven, kindles within it unwonted fires, and bids it throb with feelings exalting to its nature. The Battle of Marathon is not perhaps a subject calculated to exercise the powers of the imagination or of poetic fancy, the incidents being so limited. But it is a subject in every way formed to call forth the feelings of the heart, to awake the strongest passions of the soul. Who can be indifferent? Who can preserve his tranquility when he hears of one little city rising undaunted and daring her innumerable enemies in defense of her freedom, of a handful of men overthrowing the invaders who sought to molest their rights and to destroy their liberties? Who can hear unmoved of such an example of heroic virtue and patriotic spirit which seems to be crying from the ruins of Athens for honor and immortality? The heart, which cannot be fired by such a recital, must be as cold as the icy waters can hold, and must be devoid at once of both manly feeling and patriotic virtue. For what is it that can sometimes awake the high feelings that lie dormant in the soul of man, if it be not liberty? Liberty, beneath whose fostering sun the arts, genius, every congenial talent of the mind spring up spontaneously and unite in forming one bright garland of glory around the brow of independence. Liberty, at whose decline virtue sinks before the despotic sway of licentiousness, effeminacy, and vice. At the fall of liberty, the immortal republics of Athens and Rome grew deaf to the call of glory, fame, and manly virtue. Says Bigland, it was not till luxury had corrupted their manners and their liberties were on the eve of their extinction that the principal citizens of Athens and Rome began to construct magnificent houses and to display their opulence and splendor in private life. If I have in these pages proved what I desire, that poetry is the parent of liberty and of all the fine arts, and if I have succeeded in clearing up some of the obscurities of my little poem, I have achieved my only object. If, on the contrary, I have failed, it must be contributed to my incapacity and not to my inclination.
As I read Elizabeth's words, my heart swelled with grief. She who always expressed her mind with passion and clarity, even in her youth, ignited a desire to commune with her once more.
How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach, when feeling out of sight for the ends of being in ideal grace. I love thee to the level of every day's most quiet need, by sun and candlelight. I love thee freely, as men strive for right. I love thee purely, as they turn and praise. I love thee with passion, put to use in my old griefs and with my childhood's faith. I love thee with the love I seem to lose with my lost saints. I love thee with the smiles, breath, tears of all my life. And if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death.
My pen dashed across the paper, and in 2 hours' time I had completed the verse. I may not be able to resurrect the dead, but with these words I may revisit her life.
I fear not for myself the silent tomb. Death lies in every shape, and death must come. No wonder earth-born men are prone to fall in sin, or listen to dishonor's call when gods, the immortal gods, transgress the laws of truth and sin against a righteous cause.
to give again, to honor and to fame. My power despised. And my forgotten name!
There in the cool of a cleft sat he, majestical Pan. Ivy drooped wanton, kissed his forehead, the moss cushioned his hoof. All the great god was good in the eyes grave kindly. The curl carved on the bearded cheek amused at the mortals all, as under the human trunk, the goat thighs grand I saw.
The death of Al-Awalaki is the last nail in the coffin of the Al-Qaeda brand. Yes, bombs are what we think of when we think of Al-Qaeda. But powerful bombs require a powerful brand. The Al-Qaeda brand has been key to raising awareness, raising an army of recruits, raising money, and raising terror. Now that the brand is dead, all these goals are out of reach. Lisa Merriam. What brand but Pan has greater effect of panic and fright on man's intellect? If you want to make a statement explode, use terrorism, the cowardly road. Go buy a pipe, not for music to play. One for propellers, easy to obtain. Screws, nails, and bolts can tear through you like that. Turn people to numbers, a frightful stat. As God of nature, I control all, good and evil, summer, winter, spring, and fall. Hailed for my aid against the Persian nation, wordsmiths forge panic to spell this sensation. Ignite the fuse and let the clock cry.
Assured will triumph, or with freedom die.
He strikes his swelling breast and hastens on, o'er the wide plains of barren Marathon.
So when Persia was dust, all cried to Acropolis, run, Phidippides, one race more, the meed is thy due, Athens is saved, thank Pan, go shout! He flung down his shield, ran like fire once more, and the space twixt the fennel field and Athens was stubble again, a field which a fire runs through, till in he broke!
Rejoice! We conquer!
Like wine through clay, joy in his blood, bursting his heart, he died. The bliss.
I am Jeffrey Mutai, a Kenyan who ran the fastest marathon ever, yet am still not recognized. Because of technicalities, the Boston Marathon is not eligible for world record status. I am Falja Singh, a British Sikh, and the oldest man to complete a marathon at the ripe old age of 100 and a half. I am Phidippides, the mythological Greek herald, whose exploits are recorded in Elizabeth Barrett Browning and Robert Browning's epic poems of the Battle of Marathon. I am Cameron Mason, an actor who, like you, has been waiting for me to stop running so that I may catch my breath and rest.
For what thou hast done, count thee on a worthy reward. Henceforth be released from the racer's toil. No vulgar reward in praise or in
Released from life's impending woes and care, the soul emerges in the fields of air. The Elysian plains his generous spirit trod. He lived a hero, and he died a god.
So to this day, when friend meets friend, the word of salute is still rejoice. word which brought rejoicing indeed. So is Pheidippides happy forever, the noble strong man who could race like a god, bear the face of a god whom a god loves so well? He saw the land saved he had helped to save, and was suffered to tell such tidings, yet never decline, but gloriously as he began, so to end gloriously, once to shout, thereafter be mute. Athens is saved. Pheidippides dies, and the shout for his meed.
The tragedy of the Boston Marathon has flushed the hatred out of me. I seek no revenge since an eye for an eye leaves the world blind. I only hope that when you put your feet to the ground, to walk, run, move, that you think of those who will never have that privilege again. With every marathon completed, we do not celebrate victory in battle, but the perseverance of the human spirit, the unerring desire to complete the seemingly impossible, the positive energy of motion, and the beauty of human fitness.
Death has such a pleading tongue in what is called silence.